Oh boy, I can't even find my headphone. It's one of those days. Oh my loving homes. Oh my. Yeah, yeah. I'm good now. Yeah, good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elevator TV Radio. I'm sorry, my a little bit of technical glitch. We're still dealing with trying to settle in fixing the light properly. We still don't have that done yet. We had to repeat out. I need to explain to you guys. You guys own the community. And once again, I want to say massive shout out to you guys here for making it possible that YouTube gave us a commendation that we have one of the cleanest. Let me even read it the way they sent. Yeah. Good things worth celebrating. Man, like I get like 200 email every day. Jesus, what's that? Okay, yes, that's it. Congratulations, Idafi, on you having one of the cleanest community on YouTube. Your communities, the comment section of your live streams and your uploaded videos have been rated as one that doesn't come with a lot of censored words, muted comments, and creating a war path amongst your community people. Keep it up and keep it going. It is channels like you that YouTube is set up for. Thank you, YouTube team. So I thought I should read it because first of this thing, it's not easy to control human being. If they've ever made you admin of a WhatsApp group, you know, say to control human being, it's not easy. I have one WhatsApp group anyway that it's called the Elevated TV family group. I have other WhatsApp group, but that one, Jesus Christ, that's the best WhatsApp group ever. The people in that group, like say, God not really creates them on the 8th or 7th day or something, but they're just special people. I've not seen people fighting ever. I've not seen people exchanging words. I've not seen banter turn into quarrels. It's always, friendly learning, opportunity to, invest together, support each other, grow each other. That group nine formed the what's it called? The cooperative that we now have that is growing gradually, and as it is, I'm very, very excited. Thank you very much. That I now have that community. See, John C. Maxwell say leadership is by influence. And if you go by my person, I'm not sure I have enough influence on people to make them be as nice as that, because again, I'm not the nicest person. Would this one not be, there's no need for modesty. I'm not the nicest person. I blow off steam. To have you guys, and it's just it got me emotional when I saw it. I showed it to my wife, Mrs. Daffy. Mr. Daffy, Mr. Daffy forgets I go drink tea to do. You see this thing, I'm not saying go. There's always gonna be days where you not go work, because right now school runs okay, and a whole lot of things comes in between. And this week she's traveling to Delta State. One of our classmates is getting married, so the whole preparation is burning her up. Like, I've not seen my wife this happy before. Like, she wants to go and see a former schoolmate, a professor, a lecturers. Like, come on, my front. But then again, she's rubbing it on my face. I know, because anytime I want to travel, I'm like a child the night before Christmas. Not this generation of children. No, this generation of children don't know what to be Christmas. Christmas don't mean anything. In the days of Happy New Year today, and you don't know that one, Sharp. Maybe those of you who didn't come from Warrior or my region don't know what I just did. So I can understand. But just leave it like that. Okay? You will watch it later, rewind it, and ask any Robo-Percy or anybody that grew up in Warrior that we won't go waka. There's something called we won't go waka. That's an event on its own. That we won't go waka. Hey, Christmas Day and New Year Day is the most democratic day of any child's life that was born in the 70s, 80s. 90s not didn't work. But I mean, I'm just saying 60s, 70s, and 80s, children that were born in that era, and we won't go waka. That word waka, I don't know who invented it, but it was one of One of the greatest moments of democratic living under the kind of parents that we grew up in. Okay, so how was your weekend? For Arsenal fans, you're happy. You're back on top of the Premier League. Albeit not comfortable lead. Arsenal fans will be looking at the games that they lost, the Aston Villa game, both legs, the Fulham game, the West Ham games. I'm like, God, if only we did not lose those games. But you see, in football, I learned pretty early in the game on the Sinclair say there are no ifs in football. It is what you did and what you didn't do that determines your result. So there is no if we do this, if this will happen. If there are no permutations in football. You're creating it for yourself. Liverpool stormed back and they won their game 3-1, which means they did their job. But goal difference is still a big difference. And now, what got me, what got me, Man City beat Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-finals and they're through to the finals. They will play against their arch rival, perennial City rivals, Manchester United. I don't have a problem with that. First off, the way people were reacting, if you see people's status, people's posts, and if you see the Daily Mail, all the news, all the pundit, you almost think that Manchester United got knocked out by Coventry. Again, there seems to be a whole lot of sense of entitlement. First off, we all agree that the spirit of the FA Cup means that there are no underdogs. And the FA Cup is the competition of the greatest surprises. So surprises come from anywhere and anyhow. So if Man United at 3 goes up and all of a sudden, Coventry came back 3-3, but then they go on to the penalties and won. I thought that as a fan, if I'm a fan of Man United, I'll be happy. We're in the finals of the FA Cup. We have a chance of winning. Man City are not really imperious like that, so we have a chance of winning a competition. But I saw the outrage, the carnage, the words. Roy Keane said they are like championship. Well, this season, Roy Keane has been obsessed with the World Championship. He said Erling Haaland is a championship striker. Now Man United are playing like a championship team. First off, it's the FA Cup. There is a tradition that goes with it. That was why we relegated Wigan, won the FA Cup. Cup competitions are like that. Remember, Birmingham won Carabao Cup against Arsenal. Bafem Martin scored the easiest goal of his entire career by doing that. So when I saw the reaction, I'm taken aback a bit because back in the day, we would be on the street celebrating we're in the finals of the FA Cup. We're going to Wembley, blah, blah, blah. Wembley, Wembley. That's how they used to sing it back in the day. Some harsh. I know some sing so, but I know I used to hear that when I was growing up when I be in England, and now people are getting angry. So, like I always say, I'm open to learning. Please, what is the basis for Manchester United fans' anger yesterday? Is it because Onana has hit Club 70? Or is it because they were taking the lead? And then how many times have Manchester United scored 3 goals this season? How many times have Manchester United kept a clean sheet this season? So the thing is, Manchester United doesn't keep a clean sheet. Why were everybody expecting them to just keep a clean sheet against Coventry overnight? Is it not the same 11 players that are playing? Is it not just because some players at Manchester United have the privilege and opportunity to play in a big club in the top division? You're telling me that all those players in Coventry, if you put them in the Premier League, they will not play football? They would crumble and die? I mean, when I look at the reaction, I feel like, okay, there's a whole lot of disrespect for Coventry. There's a whole lot. I mean, you look at the teams that they've beaten before they go here. You saw the game against Wolves. You saw the opposition that they've played, the way they play to the depth and the way they come back. They've been coming back and coming back and coming back and coming back from, they've been doing a book of horse since. Now, you know where your head is. And then all of a sudden, they do it against Manchester United. The same thing that they get praised for the beginning up until now. And then they do it against Manchester United and everybody's angry. I don't get it. But hey, it is one of those things that happen in football. And you say, hey, some people are just pretty much arrogant. Well, we saw the Everton versus Nottingham Forest. Not the MPFL match, be that too. Not the MPFL match. But hey, as it happened for Premier League, so my critics, people with a bit criticize, they go tell you, say, no. It's just human error. They use that word, human error. Once they use that word, it covers everything. Okay? If I go start to the run marathon, if Sir Jim Ratcliffe say if they go run marathon, I think I should go and be running marathon as well. There's nothing stopping me. It's just that this is my left knee. Where they put this my robotic leg. When I start running that run, and I go explain to my wife what my plan is, why I want to force her to buy a wheelchair or why I want to force her to cry every day. Because that woman, she always think that some risk that I'm taking. Then the other day, she just called me, hey, babe, I don't want to be a widow. It's like, I paused and I looked at my wife and I was like, I don't understand what you're saying. I really do not understand. And she was just saying it and she was saying it. And I was looking at her and I was looking at her because in my head, I can't suffer all this stuff and just quickly die now. I understand. I want to enjoy this whole thing that I'm doing. I want to enjoy it way more than you think. uh, well, it's one of those things anyway. Just keep it by the side. She thinks I take too much risk. I do some things that I shouldn't do. Well, the Air Clasico was Jude Bellingham's Air Clasico as Barcelona are not 11 points behind Real Madrid. So somehow it's Jude Bellingham's injury time winner in the Clasico that set the difference. 3-2. It ended. I won't lie. I think that Barcelona played way better than I expected. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to get in the comment section. I'm going to get your opinion on that. I wasn't expecting that much from Barcelona. I mean, this is not the Barcelona we used to know. There was a Barcelona and then there is this Barcelona. So it's not the Barcelona is so difficult for you to even analyze, like, because the many problems of the field are so much that sometimes you just like, you're not gonna let them go through their tunnel. When they get out, they will get themselves sorted out. Okay, so that's the way I see them. But I mean, I would love to hear from you. Jose Mourinho attends Fulham's defeat by Liverpool, leading to fan speculation the special one could replace Jurgen Klopp at Anfield this summer. I read that because the speculation is now very, very high, and there's also the thought that Jose Mourinho will get his dream job. Remember, the reason Jose Mourinho and Pep Guardiola are enemies, it's not because Pep Guardiola did anything to him. It's because he was the first person that was interviewed for the job, and he was friends with Pep Guardiola. They were both, assistant to Sir Bobby Robson and all that. Plenty talk. They worked together in the club. And if like when they now offered it to Pep should have turned it down and said, no, you don't already interview my friend. But I mean, whether I to coach this one, because this FC Barcelona now is like FC Taraba, whether he wants to coach this one or he wants, because I think the ambition was to coach that one that had Ronaldinho, Eto'o, Xavi Villa, Javi, Iniesta, Sergio Busquets, all the genge. Now the pot of soup have only crayfish. Carleg don't go, beef don't go, catfish don't go, Oboku don't go, Oligu don't go, Opwepwe don't go. Now all of a sudden you now have only Isokpokpo. Sorry if you don't know that one. I'm sorry. You now have only Isokpokpo, shower, and crayfish. They say, okay, come and be the chef. Idabasi, come and do your magic. Idabasi self not going to do magic on this one. So I don't know. Where do you think it's best? Jurgen Klopp Jose Mourinho going to Liverpool to replace Jurgen Klopp, because all the names that they mentioned, the people that they keep saying, "Oh, we want this one, we want that one," they are not showing interest. Amorim, what's that guy, Zabi, they are not showing interest in this Liverpool. Okay, like I said before, anybody who would take over from Jurgen Klopp will suffer. The club might even not make the top four if they're not careful. So we will see how that goes. But then from your own wicked experience, from matches, from everything that happened, where do you stand? Yeah, in the Nigerian League, Kwara United did something that is disgraceful, annoying. So Kwara United versus Aqua United. Mrs. Daphne, they fail. I think she don't, I don't yam. I think she don't forget to. Mr. Daffy, thank you very much. Thank you. With all the stress you're going through, you still remember saying I need tea. Mr. Daffy, thank you. You don't deliver. The tea have come. Yes, that's the tea. The tea have come. The person will promise me mug. You never bring the mug, Now to promise mug now, then I not see delivery man. I be the delivery man. I'm telling you something about delivery man. So yeah, we were. I said 2 Christmas ago. Yeah, we do. And my sister send somebody money to Arise News carry my podcast to. Yeah. Hey, Arise News don't carry my podcast. They put inside their news. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's move on. Let's forget about the whole excitement that my podcast, my content is now on Arise News. That means I'm doing well. Yeah, if you look at it, I'm doing well. You're doing well. Well, let's move on. So they bought perfume, some item to surprise me and my wife. They now gave it to Dispatch. in Ikeja. The dispatch now disappeared. After some days, the dispatch now called the guy that give them the pack and say, thank you very much for the bag and the perfume. Now, so the dispatch take use them. I don't know if you've had that kind of experience, but that's me sharing one of our experience to you guys. Now, so this life just it just the sengamenge one kind like that. Say many things are happening. That are one of the things will happen to us. So I don't know if you would like to share your experience this weekend. So let's go to the many things that are happening. So Kwara United was supposed to play Aqua United on Saturday. It was a match that was beamed to be on live TV on Star Times. And you know the Nigerian League TV is very, very important. Again, some teams have a way of pulling fast one on people. So by Thursday, they sent a letter to the league management committee that the government of Kwara State wants to use the stadium, so we cannot play the match on Saturday. Let's play it on Sunday, and if possible, the TV crew, they are not here yet, they can go cover another place to feed the slot that they have provided on TV for the live broadcast. Well, the league management like, okay, I mean, if government want to use stadium, we can't fight government. It's not good, but we can't fight them, my brother. But the league management has smelling rats. Like there's not really major political happenings going on. Okay, so this look like the Abia State Airport. So the league management decided to do an Alex Oti. First off, they use native intelligence to be working, to be searching for the government activities. Man no man, you know how they say with special arrangement, devil can see God. Man no man ask question. Hey, I beg. Somebody in your government, what can I do for stadium? When I get any program for the Kwara Stadium, when I governor, what the governor want to do? If they share rice, say with the hungry, they use these guys. Say with the hungry, they share rice, I beg. Tell us, so just come. Especially if my governor, I mean say big malu, they go keep malu, they go do better. It will do amala and the rest. So we could just show up. So, governor, not even there around. Kilo day. Kilo worry, boy. You are in government, you don't even have information, which means you are about to be sacked. He said, no, governor not there around us. No, governor get a massive event where we say they go on for Kwara Stadium on Saturday. I said, I be say not be Kwara State too. Another Kwara, maybe Kwara for US, for inside Chicago. I they want to not be this Kwara. Because now this Kwara, unless na Gwara for South Africa. No, long story short, the league management people still send media. So, okay, you know what? Make una just go Kwara. Cover the government event. Maybe when I read them, when I see some people ask them questions about Kwara Football Club, ask some things like that. You go, spice up your storytelling. And I read at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock turned to 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock turned to 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. 7:02. Now the person finally reports say, unless na Coven event they want to do, this is 7:02. The stadium not even get any arrangement, anything. They never even, and it's a fallow ground. This place is like that place where Moses was taking care of cattle and bush begin born, and Moses and God smoke igbo. And they say, Moses, take off your sandals, for the ground you are standing is a holy ground. Now, so this place be nothing. She buy government, not even siren. We've not even yet ambulance, not to talk of siren. So I don't know what they're saying. That's so they take move the game, goes on the shot. But I'm just telling you, that's a trick. Kwara United, shame on you. You people are the Malu of the weekend. The Malu, yes, Malu of the weekend. You people messed up big time, and it's not good. We'll still talk about it on Friday in the Pidgin English version of the show. But that's just some of the things that I thought I should share with you guys. And now there is a heavy link of talk that Arsenal would go for Victor Osimhen, and then because of what Michael Jackson did, against Man City, they're also saying that Chelsea would heavily do everything to get Victor Osimhen. But Paris Saint-Germain feels like, they are Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, PSG on the wheel. They are on the wheel, they are driving it, and Osimhen definitely is coming to Paris Saint-Germain. So for you guys out there, who would you advise? And then there's also a whisper that Tammy Abraham should be brought back to Chelsea. There's nothing wrong with Tammy Abraham if Nicolas Jackson can lead the line. Tammy Abraham, when he played for Chelsea, he scored goals, and when he went to Roma, he scored goals that were there should be no problem bringing him back to Chelsea. He's coming back home. He's coming home, so there's not going to be any problem What do you think, if you're Chelsea fans here? If you're Chelsea fans, sorry, what do you think should be done? What's the right way to go about it? And then there's also a whisper that Liverpool might sign Victor Boniface. Yeah, Victor Boniface. Okay, Victor Boniface to Liverpool. There is the talk about that Mo Salah might leave for Saudi Arabia by the end of this season, and they need another striker that would follow. So all of those things are on the plate for the conversation. I'm going to, I will say on Monday, I leave it to you guys to share your thoughts, opinion, your review of what happened over the weekend, and share your experiences, what you saw, what was outside of football, what was inside of football, and also ask me any question you feel like you want to ask, and I'll try my best to be as honest as possible. Somebody asked me this question. Let me see. Okay, Gina's here again, and Gina said, okay, so Gina said, hey, Edafe, you say you don't go to church. I don't understand, though, but let's just deal with this. You say you don't go to church, but you believe in God. How do you do it? How do you worship? How do you praise? How do you communicate with God? Well. Gina, I think that this question you ask, first off, you shouldn't be asking this type of question, but hey, let's deal with it this way first. When COVID hit, I beg, how on earth they communicate with God? I didn't know that I needed to go to church to communicate with God. Then if that's the way to communicate with God, honestly speaking, I don't even want the God. But because the church never existed for a very long period of time, so even the tabernacle of the tabernacle of David or Solomon that they talk about, the tabernacle of Moses or whatever that they talk about, now once a year, now they go there. So you're telling me that the children of Israel, in their time of practicing this relationship with God, they needed to speak to God once in a year? Think about it. Now let's go further down the road and look at all the innovations that we have. I thought that I am supposed to have a personal relationship with God. Didn't they say that salvation is personal? A personal relationship with God, which means anywhere I am, I can communicate and relate with God. He's my father, right? Now, beyond all of that, there's this people that do not forsake the assembly of the brethren. Who talk that in God? Talk about Paul. Talk. Many things are the opinion of Paul in the Bible. Am I going to live my life based on his opinion because his name is Paul? My friend, shift. Come on for there. You understand? Not be God talking, not Paul talking. So who cares about what one guy called Paul said? The Roman Empire, what he said, especially in an era where. So my first of knowledge is in an era now where I know say almost everybody who's been praying in the name of Jesus are not praying to God. Because this is how knowledge is. Knowledge is your first of all taught, and then you grow up, you review all the things you are taught, you eliminate the false stories in it, and then you create facts. You establish fact based on the reality of things. So going to church for me doesn't even really make sense. If you get sense, if anybody gets sense, it doesn't make sense from anybody, not me, to go to church. So, babe, sorry, but it doesn't make sense to me, and it is just people's business that they are using God name to enslave people and to manipulate people's mind. I'm sorry, it's a personal choice. I don't go to church. It doesn't mean I'm an atheist, as I didn't read that part. That you're right. I'm not atheist. I'm not a pagan. I'm not a voodoo server. But I do not believe in this religion that is sold to us. A relationship with God is a relationship with God, and I keep that relationship going. Okay. All right, let me go to comment section and see. There's a whole lot on my WhatsApp, on my DM, Twitter DM, and the rest, and Instagram DM. But I just saw that one. Okay, this is going to be good. Doctor or engineer Aroturego, PhD. Yeah, he's in the building. He said, "What a club! Man United go give their fans hypertension. Or Coventry gave a good account of themselves. Man City didn't turn up for the party, but still won. Now that is class." Again, I like what he just said. He said Coventry gave a good account of themselves. And I thought that that's what I think some of the big clubs and their fans rob the small clubs of their moment of glory. So when a small club does something well, remember when Nottingham Forest, is it last season or so, 2 seasons ago, when Nottingham Forest knocked Arsenal out of the FA Cup, and there is a Pedro Porro that was a torment to the Arsenal team. And then Antonio Conte's Tottenham Hotspur had to sign him. And they signed him not because they needed him. They signed him then because he suffers now. Okay, anybody The enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? They signed him. But credit was given to Nottingham Forest for what they did. And that time they are not getting promotion. No. They were on the cups of promotion. Nobody said that that's not messed up. Why would you all of a sudden be angry? I thought that Coventry deserve a lot of praise. And thanks, engineer Dr. Arotorigo, PhD, for highlighting that part. Coventry gave a good account of themselves. They were not timid, they were not naive, they were not scared. They lost on penalty, you can understand that. But they fought back gallantly, they gave it everything. And that's the way it should be. But unfortunately, some people just feel this Man United where they concede goal like which I don't know, so that they are too good to be to equalize against. Like that people get angry. Like the finals of the competition, you should be happy like, well, we survived a tsunami, we survived Dubai rain, we survived Buhari, we survived, we're surviving Balablu. That's what I expect Man United fans to be saying. Not getting angry like Coventry City didn't come to play football. Well, whatever it is. Olafa say good morning, boss. Good morning to you too. Is I think the lightning is kind of bright, and it's obviously the setup is still on. Yeah. This is temporary. This place is still not what I want it to be, but we're working. We'll get it. We'll get it going. And thanks to my great brother. Please do what 24 hours, 20 hours, people viewing, commenting. Very good on the stories you will hear, you would understand better the way Nigerian football will dynamic. Just do. Now I want to the local. Professor. And they ask 50 naira for school fees. Not me for what all these promo code like you're saying like a but I'm sorry, Oyibo. I'm sorry that I'm saying that this about your dad. I'm sorry, but it was the truth. Yeah, I was happy. Like, I beg, thank God, say that myself. You're too much. I'll go with the Agaoji. I'll do from morning till night. Watch Peugeot, clean house, sweep, do wash plate. They're not going to give me 50 naira for school fees. I got fed up with the uncle, and then they go in place again. So, but when he died, I was just, I thank God, say that. My mom came and told me that my uncle died, though. That's what I said. Thank God, say he died, safe. You know, even the person. But now, we are all our uncles, right? How they be now? Where your nieces or your nephews, your younger cousins go ask you for help and you can't deliver. How they do it for body? Well, some of us they try, Sha. Some of us they try. Some of us even they try past our uncles of the past. And then those uncles we not ask them, they just compare themselves to make promise. When you finish school, come and see me. When you're done with school, come and see me. I don't know if they made you guys those promises, so you guys are younger people, but the older people in this place know this thing I'm saying. Alpha, I better not make those promises to people if I know say for a company, I never get power to recommend person, or I know anybody wanna recommend anybody to. Even youth service, you not get where you go feel recommend somebody. Don't make those promises because the promise becomes a debt and it's a problem, right? Jerry Sampson, bros. Who is this new coach of the Super Eagles? They never appoint now. I'm not gonna wait first, make that appoint. Olafa to say, boss, the weekend was amazing because when the rain was falling yesterday, I know Coventry was going to bring up a surprise, but unfortunately, VAR didn't make us celebrate that much. Okay, let me say, Man U is the most lucky team in to get to the FA Cup finals. Olafa says, I think it's the way they drew the game coming from 3 goals up. I remember when Arsenal played Hull City or which team in the final where we came back from about, was it 2 goals down in the final? Yes, it was Hull City. Lord Mayor say, boss, I watched your interview with Sam Sisasia when he was saying Mikel Obi is very stubborn. Everybody is stubborn. I am stubborn. Even Sisasia not agree say he's stubborn. I remember telling him that, but coach, stubbornness is not a bad thing. And being stubborn. One of the greatest attributes of a football player is stubbornness. Like, I consider stubbornness a compliment rather than if you say I'm rude, maybe we could have a conversation. But if you say I'm stubborn, I'll tell you thank you. If you say I'm proud, I'll tell you thank you. Because again, I always tell people I'm not humble. I don't understand what that means at all. If I have to tell you that I'm humble, it means I'm not humble, right? Because first off, your humility is found in the people that you relate with. And if they say you are humble, that's their opinion and it's okay. That's their own perception. But for you to go, I'm humble, me, we don't want no trouble. No, I'm not humble. I'm a very rude, arrogant, proud person. Proud, horrible man for that matter. If you know a proper horrible man, you know, say, first off, you're not supposed to be having a conversation with an horrible man and be using the word humility or humble. I'm not DJ humility, right? But it doesn't mean I don't have good relationship with people. Now, one of the things that people now think about people is you have 5,000 followers on friends on Facebook that are not your friends, so that will not attend your burial, your birthday party, that will not contribute anything to you. And then you now assume that you're supposed to be nice to all of them, even when they're insulting you, especially when you're a public figure like I am. And like you're supposed to just take it in the shin. Take it away, shin. You talk rubbish to me, I give it back to you, the Chris. Did I go through all those wording in SSL road, you worry, and learn nothing? What's wrong with you? You come and just come on social media and insult me. I give it to you straight. If you get the way you go talk yourself. Let me give you a very good example. There's a journalist, a Nigerian journalist. He's a photographer. He covers basketball. I'm not going to mention his name. You know, he had this knack of thinking. He's a small boy, very, very small boy, boys. All the small boys where they grow, like my son, he don't grow rich, man. I tell you, you know, and he likes to. His own way of communicating or joke, playing with people is just insult, like plain insult. He never did it to me, but I used to always say, man, this guy, who raised you? Where do you come from? Who are you? Like, I don't understand. Who goes you? Like, I don't understand though. Because I remember when I was producing the Lagos State FA Cup, he's always in the stadium. I was like, this boy do this thing where they do what this to me. I'll break it. And first off, I'll break his nose. You know, you see this bone where they now biscuit bone. Now cracker biscuit bone. You're not strong. You either punch or you go close to the person you try to create. This place, this is one of the strongest bone. This one. Yeah, this bone where they now they protect, not say the frontal cortex of your brain. Now they responsible for imagination, wild things, sensory things. Now your sense of day. Now all of the things will happen. If you want your life to be good, now yeah, if you want it to be bad, now yeah. So you take it back and give. Now my mom teach me that one. My mom said there are 4 tools that God give you naturally: your leg to kick, your hand to punch, your teeth to bite, and this big forehead like this to scatter person teeth. So one day I posted a picture of myself and my kids. And if you follow me on WhatsApp, you know that I do that a lot. I post me and my kids on my status. And this idiot just felt he wants to have a competition. And he said, thank God, see you marry better woman. Oh. With this your face. See the kind of children where you can't go get. Good measures, pressed down, shaking together, running over. Shall men give unto your bosom? Not be so they talk. That now if you give good. So if you give bad measures, pressed down, shaking together, running over, shall Edafe give back. Because again, I was a science student, and the third law of motion says to every action there's an equal, which means I give you exactly what you give me, or opposite, which means you can slap me, I can shoot you. Yeah. So I take time, write a very long epistle, addressing mama, addressing papa, addressing grandparents, addressing family member, addressing state, a community, village, where for come, and I post them. Since that, I'm not block more. Since that day, you never even look my status again. If you see me for anywhere, you don't walk out on the other side. Say yes. This is how you treat a bully. Somebody who no get sense, where they no raise well. You have to help. Community have to raise them well. My mom goes say, "Omok berry." Or that you only or I will get Kengmo. Not ask me, I'm not going to translate. Leave it like that. Fine, robot people made I explain to you. So sometimes, when you see that, I told Sasa, come on. Stubbornness is a universal thing. Like everybody is stubborn. Successful people are known for their stubbornness. We just use grammar to qualify dexterity, doggedness, other than stubbornness. You're stubborn. You're stubborn to the will of what you believe. Like you are against the odds. I remember when I started doing YouTube, almost everybody who's not doing social media influencer and sports space, like, bro, this is not gonna work now. Yeah, Nigeria internet no good. This one. You want to do online radio? You can be on air now. The thing will just go off. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Guinness Book of Records should come and recognize me. Oh. I'm also planning this Guinness Book of Records where everybody enters. I want to enter. I want talk sports for 10 days non-stop. Like I go day like this, they do live. They never send it. Talk 10 days non-stop. I'm going to go check the record first. Who's done the longest talking sports on live stream? I will do that. Okay. Now me and my fuel, my generator. I don't really go now and I go buy the fuel. But more planner. Olafat say, boss, so please, is the Barcelona problem Xavi or the administrator? Now, so I don't want to blame anybody. It's not really a problem. It's a transition. Not everything should be classified as problem. An era came to an end. An era, a very beautiful, ubiquitous era came to an end. So the process needs to restart. Now, if you're a new Barcelona fan, you'll be thinking, oh, this is a problem. No, it's not a problem. When the Johan Cruyff era came to an end, after they won the Champions League in 1994 or so, it took them a whole long time again before they discovered Ronaldinho and then everything starts up again. Every football club is like that. Look at Chelsea. Some people who don't know history forget that Chelsea was bought by Ken Bates for £1. £1. Now, Ken Bates was running this club. At some point, Chelsea was going into foreclosure. 6 months before Roman Abramovich bought Chelsea, Chelsea was on the verge of foreclosure. Remember that game, that final game of the season versus Liverpool, where Semi Appiah scored first, and I don't forget. Semi Appiah scored first because Chelsea needed to qualify for the Champions League. If they don't qualify, the club is going into administration. They needed to qualify for the Champions League. Semi Appiah scored first for Liverpool. Marcel Desailly equalized for Chelsea. I'm trying to remember the name now. Something F. It's a very funny Scandinavian funny name like that. That scored the winning goal. I've forgotten his name, Sharp. You see, after that game, Chelsea were going cap in hand, begging for money, like looking for money just to survive. It was going to be the end of an era, like it happened to Portsmouth, like it happened to Bournemouth, like it happened to Bury, and the rest of them. But as God would have it, the season ended. That's why they let Gianfranco Zola go, because the clause on the contract says that they renew, they will pay him times 4 of what he was earning. They didn't have that money, and then they were packing things. They were closing shop when it wasn't 6 months, 6 weeks. Sorry, they were closing shop when Roman Abramovich, who had wanted to buy Arsenal, now decided, you know what, since I couldn't get this one, because that time Lady Smith and the entire Arsenal board were on a lockdown of not selling shares. They had this deal of no selling shares. They were on a lockdown agreement. And so the guy said he couldn't wait. He went on to buy Chelsea. Providence happened. And the last 20 years, you've seen Chelsea being on top until politics came in, and then they took Chelsea from Roman Abramovich. And now the European government, they're doing everything to make Vitesse and, for instance, have been docked 18 points. They've been relegated. Everything to make Roman Abramovich look bad and dirty, so that 4.7 billion, they can share it among themselves, the war kronas, the industrial complex of European political oligarch. Okay, that's a different conversation for another day. I don't even have time to get involved in that one. But that era now have come to an end. Look at Chelsea. Chelsea can't even dream of playing in the Champions League, and we don't even know if next season they will be in the Champions League. Do they not have money? Yes, they have somebody who's currently richer than Roman Abramovich, who have a lot of money, who spent 4.7 billion according to them to buy the club. But hey, he spent also 1 billion to buy players, but that has not translated into result. So that era has gone. Is Chelsea a bad football club? No. Is there a problem with Chelsea? No. Is the coach? Well, I mean, I wouldn't say Pochettino is really my favorite type of coach anyway. I don't think he's a great coach. I just think he's an average coach. But at the end of the day, you would say that this era, the Drogba, Lampard, Terry, Michael Essien, Michael Ballack, you know that era of winning non-stop have ended. They are transitioning now. And the transition sometimes might be 1 season, 2 seasons, or the guys who have mastered it, Real Madrid. But even Real Madrid, we remember once the Galacticos era ended, they had this transition period where every time in the quarterfinals, Lyon would meet them and knock them out of the Champions League. They couldn't win league title because at home, Barcelona was dominating. In the Champions League, I think it was 4 seasons. So that's the kind of transition Barcelona are going through. They will eventually find their rhythm, build another team in the element of maybe the coach that will be there and in the funding that they have, the character of the players that they have, and then they'll start competing. But again, when you look at Barcelona, let's be very honest here. They're having a terrible season. Last season, I think they won the league title last season, if I'm not mistaken. Then this season is classified as a doomed season, right? They have qualified for the Champions League. They are second also in the league. Any other club will consider that a success. If Liverpool end the season second now, win the Carabao Cup as they have, they will still consider it a success. Why is Barcelona's own second now seen as a failure? That's one of those things that I really don't understand. Well, it's the two sides to a single coin. One side is called the head, one side is called the tail, but it's a single coin. So sometimes these are the way these things roll. My point here is it's not a problem where not every time you blame somebody, rather you look at what really is going on. It's a transition. And sometimes transition, I mean, if you fly internationally, you take a flight and you land at your transition point, it could take you 2 hours. Another person will take 16 hours. Another person, I've stayed in an airport for 22 hours before, right? So, but we're all on transit. This is transit point. So some people's transition go very fast. Some other people's transition go slow. Some people gesticulation period, 1 season, and they have evolved. Another could be 4 season. Javi Alonso came to a club that's never been successful, never won anything. They are on the verge of winning the treble. They just won the league title unbeaten. They are still in the Europa Cup. They are still in the, I think they're still in the DFB Pokal, if I'm not mistaken. They might go on to win all these things in 2 seasons or 1.5 seasons, or let's say 2 seasons. Mikel Arteta came in 6 months, won the FA Cup, and since then he's been struggling. But it's his transition. So not every time we blame people. Yesterday, I thought that in the Clasico, they gave a good account of themselves. I mean, this is Madrid, this is Barcelona. You could see the difference. And Madrid actually gave a good account of themselves. And it's not like it was a stroll in the park. They had to work hard to earn it. So I'm not really sure I want to see it as a problem, but rather I want to look at it and say, you know what? This is football. This is how it should be. Where did I stop? What's the question? Boss, I watch. Okay, I think I've seen that one. Okay, let me say my own is Arsenal to go steal Frankie de Jong from Barcelona, make them feel the taste of English football. Again, I've heard a lot of people say this Frankie de Jong thing. Is Frankie de Jong what Arsenal really need? Yes, Arsenal need one player. Arsenal have not replaced Granit Xhaka. So Arsenal need one player in that midfield. That is if they are going to let Jorginho go at the end of the season. Again, why they also need, even if he's not going, I think that Thomas Partey should be let go. I think that Thomas Partey is a waste. He should be let go. But if they're not even letting Jorginho go, they need another player to replace Thomas Partey if Partey is going, so that place can be filled. The days that Jorginho is too tired to play, somebody like him will play, so that Declan Rice will have the leeway to go forward and push the team. Well, but if they are going to sign anybody like that, it should not just be in the local palace a blocking 4. No, it should be a player who plays forward, who plays the team forward like Jorginho does, who plays forward, who can quickly start. I mean, a Pelu, a Sondo Lise type player. I don't have anyone readily in my head right now because I've narrowed my view a bit. I watch more podcasts. I watch, because you have to stay in the field of what you're doing and try to be the best. So I'm not really much of an analyst anymore, unless on this show. Outside this show, I don't do anything. Like I do film production, I do executive production and all that, and content creation, and they don't really involve me analyzing that much. This is the only place where I still feel the spirit of my old self, where I get to answer questions. And today, some of the questions have been very, very brilliant and excellent, right? But so generally, I wouldn't say I can sit here and tell you who's the defensive midfield player that they can bring in that would push the team forward and get them that result. But Arsenal's priority should be a striker. Man, somebody who puts the ball in the net, somebody who walk the center back. If you ask me honestly, I would say Gabriel Jesus. It's hard to say, but I'll let him go. I'll let Jesus go. I'll let Zinchenko go. Yes, the purpose for which they brought them to the Arsenal, we've qualified for the Champions League. They should let them go. They are no longer really useful to the team, and their baggages and their salaries. Now, the same thing that we're trying to eliminate with Aubameyang, with Mesut Ozil, is now beginning to come in. Over bloated salaries without results. Okay, so I know that playing in the Champions League is a great thing, but you could go one further by winning it. That said, I'll come back to you again. I don't think that there is a problem with Barcelona. Okay, Frankie de Jong, I don't know if that's the player that Arsenal need. His game have dropped over the last two seasons or so. That Frankie de Jong that we saw with Ajax that went all the way to, I think they eliminated Juventus, or is it Juventus that eliminated the semi-finals of Champions League, or they go to the finals? I can't remember now. That Frankie de Jong, I can't see that one anymore. And I don't know if Arsenal will be a resurrection place or an incubator that will come and awaken this career. My fear for Arsenal is the fact that this season ends empty-handed. Some clubs are going to come for players like Saliba. Some of the players in the Arsenal team would be in the market, and Arsenal might not be able. Yes, they have long-term contract, but Arsenal might not be able to stop them if they want to go, because again, long-term contract doesn't stop a move. If the buying club is willing to pay the amount in these days where people pay 100 and something thousand for Casado to come and play cassava football, hey, come on. They will put that money on the table. And for an Arsenal that have never sold a player for over 50 million, that will be an easy meat to fry. The Olawa just said Coventry did a Barcelona on Man United, but unfortunately the story didn't finish like that of Cinderella type. Okay, they bowed out with their head up high. Kudos. Olafat say Kwara United should be sanctioned and points should be deducted from them because they had another agenda to take place, because they didn't want their match to be live broadcasted, right? I agree with you that they should be deducted points. I agree with you 100% on that one, because I just feel it's sad that at this time, the effort that everybody is putting in to make sure that the league is up there, and you seeing people doing this thing that they're doing, really does break my heart. For me, because of the kind of work that we put in behind the scene, trying to get sponsors, trying to get people in, and then they are doing all this, is very, very sad. The Lawa say we just had to see another Manchester reunited final at the Wembley again. Adewale Saka say good morning, boss. Good morning to you. Leading 3-0 and almost losing is a bit too much. Did they lose? Almost doesn't count. Did they lose? Lami Lamere says if Sterling starts against Man City, Chelsea wins. This sort of game suits him perfectly. Is that another match you're talking about, or the one that have already been played and won and lost? Alafat say I think Arsenal should go for Guy Carres. I've always said that's my guy, Victor Gyökeres, or Jimenez in Feyenoord, or better still, Oli Watkins. I also like Oli Watkins. There's nothing wrong if they go for the two of them anyway. They go for Oli Watkins and go for Guy Carres. And as for Boniface, I think Leverkusen has said they will be selling some few players to vent their finances. Okay, the Lawa say Arise news that would be the Siasia interview. Yes, it is the Siasia interview. Lord Mayor said after the Villa game, Arteta himself said that he needs a striker, so it's obvious Arsenal will go for a gunman. Okay, he like a striker. Will winning mentality. That's what you want to say. Which Victor falls into, so he might be him. Lamere said, secondly, I told you that I prefer Emmanuel Amunike as Super Eagles coach. I learned that he is appointed. Well, it's not official, so I'm not going to jump up. If Emmanuel Amunike is appointed, I'm telling you, we're not going to make it to the World Cup. Okay? No matter what anybody says, Emmanuel Amunike will not take us to the World Cup. That would just nail it for us. First off, let me explain some things. And I said this on the Twitter space over the weekend, on Saturday. I don't have a problem with any of the class of 94, but I have a problem with you being a professional coach and not having your own backroom staff. Okay? And for that, I think that once you put yourself in a place where you do not have your own backroom staff, you're going to work with people that is given to you. You're not a coach. You're just there to earn money because you're broke. Yes, because a professional coach, there are certain things a professional coach does, right? Let me give you a good example. When I started in 2017, in 2018, when we started doing live stream, if you give me 50,000 naira, I'll do live stream for you. Yeah, I'll find a way to get it done. For as long as it covers my transport fare, the gala and la casera that we will eat, I'm fine. Today, the same me, if you call me to do live stream, let's say Agege or Mobolaji Johnson Arena, if you not get 20 million naira and above, forget about it. But in that same Mobolaji Johnson Arena right now, as I talk to you, people they do Ikorodu United, Ikorodu City live stream with 1 million naira. People they do BTS for Sporting Lagos with 2 million naira. Yes, but for me, if you ask me to come do it, that's what I'm going to ask you. Standards must be set. Alibaba told me something that when people call him and he tell them 30 million, 50 million to come and do a 15 minutes presentation or talk in their office or in their private party, it's not because he's greedy. It's because if he takes 1 million, how much will Basketman take? Because we give Alibaba 1 million. Basketman should take 500. Then Basketman is taking 500. Then AY will take 250. If AY takes 250, what will Bobby take? Then Bobby will take like 50,000. Then Bobby take 50,000. What happened to Agodai? What happened to Funny Bone? What happened to Oreva? What happened to Furnaces? What's this? My funny brother. Oh, Jesus Christ. The one that was on the Honest Bunch. My guy, my favorite guy. The Stalker. You understand what happened to them? So sometimes you must be the guy who set the standard. And for people like Emmanuel Amunike, who's played around the globe, seen football at the very highest level, if you're coming to the Super Eagles to negotiate to be a coach and you're not bringing in your backroom staff, but you're not a big coach, now money you define. How hungry to do you? That's just the basic truth. People might not like it, but I'm always going to love the Nigerian national team way more than any individual. Yeah, these guys are my friends. These guys are people that I know. But let's call a spade, okay? There are people who do the work that I do. If you call them, if a brand call them, say, let's give you 1 million naira so that you can go to this tournament, they will take their phone, they'll do cap cut content. If you call me, I'll tell you I have a team of 5 minimum. If you're not willing for that team of 5, keep your money. Does that mean I have all the money? I will still in the next minute go and beg Aroturego for money to buy fuel. I will still go and beg somebody. It's not pride. It's the fact that I am more concerned about the industry, the ecosystem, than I am concerned about myself. I could have gone to Cameroon, for instance. To Ghana, for instance, with Kalejayi. I'll save a lot of money. I'll be good. But you see, taking Jamil, taking Teresa, and taking Joy, I've opened them to a new Vesta. So they can treat people like this. So people like me who earn 50,000 naira a month can actually be treated like this, can be so I deserve to be a VIP. Now, that consciousness is there. I'd rather do that than. So I think for Iman Amunike, it goes beyond this Iman Amunike being the coach of the team. There is a whole lot. Chef the Judge took the job for 2 friendly games and players were already fighting him. Ask yourself, when was the last time you heard that players fought with Genotro or fought with Jose Pesero? You think that Jose Pesero didn't put players on the bench? The truth of the matter is, when you come in, these players are professionals. They know how professional coaches behave. They know how the setup of a coach is. Once you drop that standard, they also drop their respect for you, and it goes off. So, Emmanuel Amunike might get the job. Bye-bye to our World Cup qualifiers. That's just a big truth. All right, let's go back. This person that is shouting hallelujah now, Lamiri. I pray when we fail to qualify for the World Cup, you should also be here to shout hallelujah. Adewale Saka say, Amunike will never learn. Let me say, no striker is cheap now. So if you're going for striker, money must come out. The list now 80 million. Well, the Arsenal owner is beginning to make profit. He's built his Sophie Stadium already, 5.5 billion. His team is winning in the US. I think there is some. He just made about 2.8 billion. There's plenty of money. It's hard to configure it into the Arsenal system of profit and loss account so that they don't get financial fair play issues. That's what they have to look at now. But I think at the end of the season, when Arsenal look at their record, they should make profit. They played in the Champions League, got all the way to quarterfinals. They are in the league up until the very final end. We never can tell. The season is not over. I mean, they are top today. The league ends today. They are the champions. So there's still a whole lot of money to be made. Arsenal have, even last season that they didn't win the league title, they made more money than any other team because they stayed on the top and they had more games on TV than any other team. So this season again, they are up there with Manchester City in terms of live TV games. So plenty of money is coming in. Okay, there's also expense, but there's plenty of money coming in. They should be able to spend. All I'd say, I think it was Pedro Porro again because there was Dejan Spence in that team that was fantastic, but he decided to end his career by going to Spurs. You see, end the career. Some people wicked do. People just wicked. Bad math, no go kill you now. Make go and come hear you. They talk this thing now, right? Say, how was Bisaka's handball a penalty and Grealish was not? Well, it is football. Magic miracles happen. Lord Mayor, boss, It's not Pedro Porro, it's James Spence. Okay, sorry, maybe my mistake. The Olariwaju say Arise news that would be Celsius interview. Abi, yes, it is. Why are you repeating? Why are you repeating that comment now? I don't read that before. Demola Biodi Brian say you mean Spence, not Pedro Porro. Sorry, you don't do. Sure, not to no book. Coventry really tried, except expect United to concede against them, but not that much. Paul Obi say good morning, Mr. Dafe. Considering the fact that FC Barcelona is a featherweight right now, will you say that they are improving now? Can you say that Vinicius Junior is a Vinicius Junior is a world class player? There's no conversation around that talk. Vinicius Junior is a world class player, great player, has got heart, plays his role very, very well. He's excellent, he's consistent. I sit here and people say that Bukayo Saka is world class. Like this, so we don't know. You don't know how to sort out the left from the right because he's playing a useless league where people concede goals anyhow. I beg. Paulo B say I would prefer Osimhen to go to PSG, Victor Boniface to Liverpool. That's a good one. Okay, so the previous question. I think that Barcelona are improving. Yeah, even if they don't win the league title this season, they are getting their structure back. It's not easy to take the risk of putting a 16-year-old in a team like Barcelona. You understand? To put 16-year-old, 19-year-old, Pedri, Yamal, and the rest of them. I think they're improving. It's going to take some time. Not realizing that you need to be patient for that to happen is probably the problem. But I think that they're improving, in my opinion, because it's a process, and we know that this process is going to take some time. They are trying to build a new stadium now. They revamped the new camp. That will bring more money. Football is not magic anymore. Football is not just about talent, it's about money. They have a lot of money, inflow of cash, then they can do whatever they want to do. So I think that's going to happen. Yeah, me that I might say, Uncle E, good morning, good morning, sir, good morning to you. Me, I get Uncle Way no even sabi my name. Thank God for the community uncles and aunties who didn't let us miss some of our weird family members. Well, sometimes it's always like that. But the funny thing is, those uncles and aunties are also going through their hell, right? And sometimes, people don't understand. People have called me to ask me for help in the middle of last year, for instance, when I was battling with my son's health, like really battle. And people were seeing me producing the league. You know how funny this thing is? People were seeing me producing the league. So you can't explain to somebody that I not get money and you they produce the league. Because again, I'm not putting the sickness of my son, how dangerous he is, the precarious situation he is, in the front burner. Because my mom will always say, "No advertise your problem for your forehead." When you go out in the morning, she taught me this habit of putting toothpick in my jar. Even if you soak Gary, put toothpick for mat. Nobody they get scanner to scan your belly, whether or Gary you soak. All right, just find a way to be happy. Because again, those who want to see you fail get frustrated when you wake up. You come out, you step out of that your ramshackle apartment, and you are happy. They just get frustrated. And the one win you can always win is to frustrate the people who want to see you fail. So it's what I learned from my mom. And that time I'm like, I need 100,000, I need this 200,000 for school fees, 350,000, and this money are very, very big. Yeah, it's not even like 50K where you can just say, hey, okay, give this one 20K, 30K, 300,000, 500,000, 1 million. And now so they beg people this kind of money. Sometimes I say people why they beg 50K safe are the shame. Like 50K, you work for them. Beg somebody 50K, 25K, 30K. Guy, calm down now. So, and these are not like, oh, they want to give you back. But because I was dealing with what I was dealing, I just, somehow I just blank. Those people now go to somebody, man, this is a very wicked person. This guy is very wicked. He never care. Don't make kind. Don't did top. I wasn't really on the top, right? So sometimes it's like that. I'm not to blame anybody because I become uncle now. And sometimes uncle the uncle. Every time I say once again, thank you, Uncle E, for being you, sir. Thank you. But you just like you keep on thanking me. For you, I don't even know what I did. To be very honest, we just have a talk. For talk, people get appreciated for talk. We just talked. I mean, I don't know how that changed anything. I didn't buy flight ticket. I didn't pay school fees. So. Well, I say, I get people where I'd say 100K, they go WhatsApp, they go tell that person, say, I see the phone big boy rich now, come on 100K, send me, come on 100K. Like, they send it back. Somebody has snap munch and sent to me. I said, well, no problem. I mean, you don't block the road now, no problem. Well, I share and the funny thing that day, that 100K, I borrowed about 70K from, I think it was Ali or Precious to add up to what I had sent. People Desha. Oluwaseyi policy. What a frustrating player Jackson is. He carries the ball well, holds up and links up well, dribbles well, but his finishing is like that of a toddler. I think he will do better as a left winger. They play him as a midfielder so that he holds the ball well, he dribbles well, and then he passes the ball to somebody else. The Alliance say Jackson was what went wrong on Saturday with Chelsea. Maybe they should just sack him alongside the coach. LOL. Let me say, one of my uncle also asked me to come see after I graduated, but I did avoid him now because the man a wizard. How did you know? Who told you he is a wizard? Where did you get that from? Religion have altered your brain, your way of thinking. Is there anybody who's a wizard? Where? How? How? It's not wizard anywhere. Go and sit down. Adewale Sakase, what would be the punishment for Kwara United? I don't know. I don't work in the league office. They will decide that one. Lord Mayor say, boss, Mikel Obi and Wako Kanu, who is the most decorated Super Eagles player? Most decorated. I think it's Kanu Wako. I think it's Kanu Wako. It's Kanu Wako. Kanawako have 3 FA Cup, if I'm not mistaken, 2 with Arsenal, 1 with Portsmouth, league title, UEFA Cup with Inter Milan, league title in the Dutch League, FA Cup in the Dutch League, Champions League, gold and silver, and then league title in England. Olympic gold medal, that's already on the 17 gold medal. No, it's Kanawako. Mikel is up there, Sha. But I think it's Kanawako. It's Kanawako. Like, it's a split, but I think it's kind of off the top of my head. With the record might prove me wrong, but I think it's kind of wacko. Olafat say, boss, that one you do now opposite reaction, not the equal reaction, because you don't send them go village. And sometimes we need all those things. Sometimes people need to know. One of the things I like to show to people need to know that I have the capacity to use my atomic bomb. That's why people respect Russia. The reason nobody gives a hoot about Africa is that we don't have anything we can do to stop this world power. So they can give us ultimatum, they can shut us down, they can say anything. If anybody in the world know that Niger can shut down the whole of France, you know not say they're going to fear them. They're going to talk from media, but they're not threatening them. Now, if that time where Obama ordered the execution of a sovereign president, Gaddafi, and bomb the country to stone age. If Gaddafi got one bottle, we go press, and the whole of Chicago go wipe. You say he go there. So sometimes people, anyhow, I used to say this in church, and then the pastor would say, "No, you shouldn't say that. You're a child of God." No, I said the reason why would they fear God? Now because God just deliberately show us some things in the Bible. Say he get the capacity to rain fire and brimstone to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. Part Red Sea, do this one, do that one. So no matter how you arrogant rich, there's a fear of God somewhere in you. Like, imagine God not get the power to kill. You just say anybody will serve God. Nobody gives a hoot about God if you really understand what I mean. People love what God can give you, but nobody really fear God or respect God. To be very honest, right? Because all these powers that is God. So sometimes you should be able to show to people, say, I can kill. Then not necessarily that you're killing every day, but just let people know that you have the capacity to decapitate somebody and you're not going to blink. It's good though. Hey, now Mugu oil they tell the shop here for bottle. If you put yourself down, this mean word is eat or be eaten, kill or be killed. I'm not teaching bad thing. I'm just telling you, hold your ground. Hold your wing well, so that when they not pass your wing winners. That's what I'm just saying. Inform weekly. You never say anything. What do you remember, baby? I wrote to go say we did on ground. You never say anything. We did on ground. No hashtag Eloquent Sports. Let's make it happen. Guinness Book of Record. I think I'll think about it. China Cheru just raised it with me this morning. I think it's something I should think about. People are now beginning to see it. I will think about it. Henry Morris say good morning, sir. And Apollo B, it's been ages. Trust you and every member of your family. I guess that's what you want to write. Are doing great. Always your backer will suffer for 10 years before coming back to themselves. You be fool. Kuku carry Barcelona and go barbecue them now. The Olariwaju say Leverkusen has not learned how to lose yet. They keep popping up with late goals recently. They are really Leverkusen these days. Yes, against Dortmund it was 1-1. Demola Abiodun Ibrahim, he say, I think the Madrid penalty yesterday is not a penalty. Go blow your whistle. I don't know. La Liga don't have goal line technology till yesterday. They don't. Nah, they don't. They didn't add it to their own offerings. The other way say Man United no get shame. Oluwaseyi Adebola say people that want Amunike that Amunike think that under 17 coaching is the same as the national team. They will learn the hard way, in the words of very dark man. Even if you're using under 17 to judge, he failed to qualify for the next under 17 after he won it against Benin Republic. So if we're going to judge by that, America have been failing serially. He went to Tanzania, they fired him. He went to everywhere. He's gone. He's been fired. I mean, I'm not trying to rubbish him here, but my man, Amunike. Okay, what could you say? Daniel Abanam say, love that Sasa interview. Thank you very much. Your podcast was making me laugh. Every one of us are stubborn. Remember that comment with Siawon. Every one of us is stubborn. If you're not stubborn, I don't know who you are. Daniel Abanam say it's Kano Akko. And then one that said most decorated Nigerian player is Kano Akko. Yemi Dana myself, that talk you think is immaterial was pivotal. So if you choose not to, who knows? The law I say Torre and the Flow. No, not Torre and the Flow. It's not Torre and the Flow. Torre and the Flow is from Norway now. It's not Torre and the Flow. I know I just all those funny names. What kind? Chelsea versus Liverpool. Let me look for that match. Chelsea Liverpool 2003, if I'm not mistaken, 2002, 2003. Final day. Chelsea versus Liverpool. Chelsea versus Liverpool. 2-1. 2003. May 11, 2003, if I'm not mistaken, or is it 2002 now? There are certain score. Detail just come off of your head. You kind of wonder whether not be you watch the game again. Some memories could just the script at so much suffering they make person they get memory loss. Not be dementia or just some files could just delete on their own. And it's not supposed to be like that, Sha, but like now without the experience now because this match, I know this match. I've even used it in Brilla to do analysis. I use it to teach them Yinka when them Yinka first come. Yinka Ebuka, the boy that was highly talented but have bad attitude. Ebuka and a few other guys, Dogo, Ebuka, all those guys. I use it because in some cases you have to create a scenario to teach the intake, the new ones, and that okay, look at this game, look at this, position yourself like this. How do you analyze this? How do you relate the financial crisis that they were going through at the time? Jesus, why do I forget the name of the striker? Internet now that decided to do this, but I would remember. Yamida might say a question: who will be the ideal striker to suit Arteta's Arsenal? I think I like Gyökeres because he drops deep, he picks the ball, and he moves with it. Okay, so he's a Gabriel Jesus with a lot more goals and a lot more assists. Gabriel Jesus is not like I don't like him, but I think that his bodies need rest, and he doesn't want to rest it. There's so much injury. The other day he came out and said that he cannot remember the last time he played football without pains, without injuries, and that's not really good for him. So even if they want to keep him, they should rest him properly, go through normal treatment. So I think Victor Gyökeres should be very, very good. One of the reasons why I don't like to think about Victor Boniface is the fact that he might get injured, and Arsenal is not a team that would have maybe other strikers in the team. So if you bring him in and then he start getting injured, you never can tell. Again, you never can tell. Uran Timber has never had injuries, came to Arsenal, second game, boom, injury for the whole season. So this thing also happens. Just some players that just disappoint me. One of them is the one that I really had high hopes on, Rose Smith. I felt like after the groin surgery, it will come at Tubbs. And I mean, it does look like the guy that was supposed to give Martin Odegaard a run for his money. Vieira, I think I've always said is one. I believe it was one for the future. It's not one that you just wake up and say, oh, this guy is going to come take that position. I think it's one for the future. I would still, keep him in the team for another 2 seasons and see how he develop, or probably loan him to a team that plays similar type of football that Arsenal plays, but he will get more rub of the greens and then see how it goes. But for the attack, I think I will go for Victor Gyökeres and see how it goes. Also, I think we need a backup for the right wing. I will go to West Ham and buy Mohamed Kudus. Saka was mostly off form, and there was no one to bring in. I really wish KSC gives Ateta to buy what he need and overhaul the likes of Nketiah. God, they should drive Nketiah from the team. Those two Ghana people, they should drive them. Get out of this team now. Paul Obise, my brother, thank you very much for checking on me. My family and I are doing very well. Oluwaseyi Adebowale say, boss, what do you think of the statement put out by Nottingham Forest yesterday? Is that statement? I don't think anything of them. That's what they want to put out. It's their business. Yamida might say, make NFF do normal and not that's some of us American dream. Or you don't need the Super Eagles to go America. Get out. Oluwaseyi Adebowale says, your voice and your video has a delay between them. Then it's your internet. It's not me. It's your internet. If that is happening, it's your internet. It's a live show, so there's not meant to be a delay. It's a live show, so your internet could be the reason. Abiodun Ogunjobi says, how about Jeroboam as an additional winger for Arsenal? Okay, as a winger, he doesn't know he's a good crosser of the ball. He's a good player that goes and comes back. But I don't know. I want to say Heskey, Elijah Diop, and Jimmy Floyd. Elijah Diop did not play for Chelsea, so it's not Elijah Diop. It's not Heskey. It's not Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. I don't know. The page is refusing to open. I just don't understand why. Some people just want to embarrass themselves. But I know who I'm talking about. I know the game that I'm talking about. The player name started with F, if I'm not mistaken. Not to run the flow anyway. But hey, it's one of those that match you're talking about. There's a delayed actually on the live stream watching from the UK. I don't know. It's not me. It doesn't matter, but I don't think it's me because I'm talking instantly and it's going. So maybe my internet, because the MTN network have been terrible since that heavy rain. So I'm also experiencing the delay here, but I thought I was the only one since I didn't see anyone else complain. Oh my God. Then it has to be my internet. Wallah, it has to be my internet. But I'm sorry, there's nothing I could do. We've actually come to the end. I'm just waiting to see if this site, probably that's the reason why this site is not opening. The internet is crazy, but it has taken us to the end of the show. So maybe by tomorrow I will bring that name. Not Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. Definitely not Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. I know the player that I'm talking about. Okay. I like what I want. NFF don't want to pay dollars. Imam Munike is not the one. Okay. Whoever they like me, they appoint to. So far, the coaches that will come in should be coaches that, first off, if I want to employ a coach of Super Eagles, I will first ask myself, these multi-millionaire players that we have, who would they respect? That's the first thing you do. When you get somebody that they will respect, the rest of the job becomes easy. But if you can't get somebody that they will respect, you're practically putting yourself in a very difficult situation, especially knowing that World Cup qualification also means that you will make quite a few more money, right? You make quite a few more money from the World Cup appearance and all those other things. So why mess it up by just not doing the right thing? And I remember the player. His name is Jasper Gronkia. Yeah, this was the game. Semi Epia scored in the 11th minute. Marcel Desailly equalized in the 13th minute, and in the 27th minute, it was Jasper Gronkia that scored that goal, assisted by Marion Merciot. Yes, remember this game very, very well. It was also Jasper Gronkia that assisted Marcel Desailly. You see this game? This game was played on the 11th of May 2003. You see this game? This game, if Chelsea had lost this game, this Chelsea Football Club as we know it today may not exist. So these are moments that changes the dynamics. And then 6 weeks later, this club, Chelsea, became Roman Abramovich club. So they were in dire need. Like when they say dire need, they were in dire need of saving. Carlo Condicini was in goal for them. Mario Melchior, Graham Lesso, Celestine Babayaro, Marcel Desailly, and William Gallas were the defenders on the day. Graspak Yonkia, Emmanuel Petit, Frank Lampard were the midfielder, and you have Jimmy Floyd Hasselback and Edgar Johnson. The subs on the bench, a lot of people don't remember this. At that time, you can only name 3 players on the substitute bench. Football has really changed, you know. You have Mario Stanik, Gianfranco Zola, and Carlton Cole. Yes, big head. And then for Liverpool, in that game, you have Jesse Dudek. Remember him? Yeah. Jimmy Traore, Semi Apia, who scored for Liverpool, Jimmy Mugu Karaga were the 3 defenders for them at the time. Then you have Danny Murphy, John Anarize, the Norwegian, Steven G, who got a red card in that game, and Salif Diao, fine Senegalese player. Okay, and then you have in attack Michael Owen, Milan Barosh, as well as Elijah Diouf, okay, who played for 63 minutes in that game. I remember the whole memory is coming out. On the bench, you have Patrick Berger, Bruno Charu, and Emilio Esqui. Right. This game, in the history, a lot of Chelsea fans don't remember this game. This game now doesn't even ring a bell in the heads of Chelsea fans. But the truth of the matter is that game was the turning point. It was the crossroad between survivor and non-survivor. If I lost that game, the story would have been different. But hey, it is what it is. And we've come to the end of the show. It's 1 hour and 18 more minutes added to the show today. So let's let me apologize if you're having a delay. It's obviously a network problem that is beyond my control. I mean, this network thing have happened since if you follow people in Nigeria, you'll be noticing that people have been complaining about MTN network since we had a very strong rain. Is it yesterday or 2 days ago? And it's been like that. So I'm very, very sorry for the delay between my voice and my mouth. Okay, I'm very, very sorry. I apologize for that, even though I'm not the cause of it. But hey, it's one of those things that happen. And thank you guys for your comment. Again, thank you for being a clean community. Let's keep it going like that. My name once again is Edafe Matthews. You're going to love to come in there on the sports. It's been the sports buffet this morning. Like I always say, if you can't be the solution, don't be the problem. Some people keep asking me, why do I keep saying that? Are you seeing what is happening in Abia State? Are you seeing the revelation of Alex Uti? The fact that some people, 107 billion was awarded to people, airports that does not exist, contracts, jobs that they didn't execute. That's people being the problem. That's people being the problem. Now they are looking for the people, some people standing in their way, like Yaya Bello. EFCC can look for him, and then you see people fighting EFCC. That's you standing in the front of the solution. Because again, I've always said one thing, and let me say this before I pack my bags and go. I've always said one thing. Have you not noticed that when same Nigerians are appointed into board of international organizations like African Development Bank, World Bank, IMF, and this, you don't ever hear that after 10, 15, 20 years of their career there, that they stole money. If Nigerians can have integrity there, why is it that when they come here, they don't have integrity? It's the system. And the system is always aided by the people. So don't be one of those people who aid corruption because you like to call them my chairman, my oga. Don't be that person. Nigeria will not be good, even for those who are in the diaspora. And I know a lot of people. You believe, those people in abroad believe that if Nigeria can just be 50% of what the country they are currently living in is, they will be back in Nigeria. Right? Just like people in Lagos believe that if their states can offer them 50% of what Lagos is offering right now, they'll be back in their states. Okay? That's why if Abia State continue to develop like this, you see a lot of Abia people move from Lagos back to Abia State. The point here is it's our collective responsibility to fix our country. God bless you and have for yourself a wonderful week ahead, and God bless your works, the legal one anyway. Bye-bye.